some bad habits. Yeah, I got some bad habits, I admit it. I need to get my shit together, need to quit it. I get sick and tired of the way I'm living. But shit, I like just
This Check'n Ya Temp podcast. And on this platform, we will check the core temperature of the community through discussion and questions. Some of our topics and comments will make you mad, piss you off, or make you cry. But we always aim to educate and motivate. So like, share, subscribe. Check'n Ya Temp podcast. Let's go.
I got a lot of shit going on, but the weed is loud and my drink is strong.
Yeah, once again, this Check'n Ya Temp podcast. And on this platform, man, we have discussions that affect the community that we believe. And one of the discussions we having today is, are we raising our sons, kids, daughters to be husbands and wives? Charmaine threw that topic out. And when she threw that topic out to me, Friday, we dove like head first into that motherfucker. And as we start, pull back the layers, we realize that, it's like onion. This shit go deep. So, what y'all think about when I sent y'all that topic, man?
Go ahead, Mackie. Are we preparing our kids to be husbands and wives? Is there preparation for that? I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing or nothing, but that would inquire for you to be like, okay, you remember let's go back to The Color Purple. This is the example I want to use. Like, okay, how they did Celie. They prepared her to be a wife.
Right.
Cook, clean, take care of kids.
Right.
We not doing that.
Right.
We can't do that.
In this time and there now?
But what do that
We
mean?
shouldn't have been doing it then.
Oh, so you saying as far as that, I don't want to, that women should be in the home. They should.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as a man or a woman.
Okay.
How do you prepare yourself to be a husband or a wife?
That's the good question.
Because being Byron's wife is different than being Mac's wife.
Right.
So what your lady does that helps you won't do the same thing for me.
Right.
Well, same thing with him.
Right. Yeah.
With the piggyback on that. So is it more or less about, okay, are we conditioning, training, molding our kids for marriagehood, right? I don't think it's more or less about a wife of Byron's is different from a wife of yours. I think it more or less, when I hear that, I hear morals. I hear how to talk to a man, how to treat a woman. Are you teaching them? Yeah, I mean, that's why I say this shit deep, man, because I know where you going with it. You know what I mean? But the more I think, I thought about this topic, and then my son and then touched on it. And when I said it to him this morning, he kind of laughed because he's saying shit I did. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I didn't raise him to be a husband. I raised him to be a man.
Right. And that's how you're supposed to be.
And it just so happened, they say, for example, me, I was once married, right? I never saw my mama wasn't married.
Right.
My mama had a boyfriend. Yeah, I mean, knucklehead motherfucker, like, on some hood shit, like, you know what I mean? But when I went to my uncle's house and my cousin's homes, I seen, marriage.
Right.
I saw a family what it supposed to look like with the man in the home,
right.
The biological father, like.
Right.
Yeah.
So I seen that. I didn't really. I ain't think nothing of it because that wasn't my reality. Yeah. I'm hanging out over the weekend type shit. I'm up here. Let's go to the mall. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not really grasping the concept of family. Now, when I go back to my reality, we a bunch of us niggas in the hood trying to figure out what's what.
But I mean, same time, I mean, husband and wife, it's no guidebook for that shit.
It's not.
So it's no preparation. You just gotta be a well-rounded person.
So it is preparation.
No.
But the reason I say this, because that's like parenting. There's no book, right?
At all.
Just like marriage. There's no book. But you say you gotta be well-rounded. That's where it starts, though. That's the beginning of the mold. Because let's say, for example, I didn't have a father, right? So I didn't have no example of how to treat a woman. I didn't have no example of my mama told me, you don't call them out their name, this basic shit, right? But my father was the one who was supposed to put the game in me, because I'm gonna tell you something. My mom only gonna tell me so much, because if she keep telling, she gonna expose herself, and I might be too young to comprehend all the games she played.
Yeah, but
my father was the one that needed to be there with my mother to prepare me.
Yeah.
For a balanced manhood, which translate into marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see where you're going. I see where y'all going. There's so many ways you can look at this. Now, like you said, can you really prepare yourself to be? We're not doing it over here in America. We're not. I guess like setting our kids up to get married. We're not doing that at all. So no. I think
we're not.
I'm gonna tell you what I say, and I agree with you saying.
No.
But go ahead, finish. Go ahead, finish your thought.
But we're not. We're not even really setting our kids up. Period, for a lot of shit. So, for that whole marriage shit, I don't know. I think we talk about game, and a lot of us, me and you, our father wasn't there. Your pops was there, so you had that blend of your mother and your father. I think with them, there was no rules to it. It was just something it was just a compromise, and look, we're gonna like a business relationship. Without, I don't want to say a business relationship, but it is like a business.
It's a business.
But the two coming together and trying to raise a child. I think when that child decide to get married or whatever, you it's just certain things you have to know that you can't do anymore. You know, it's more of a respect thing.
Like what? Go deeper with that.
Okay.
What you saying?
Like it's just staying out at night. You know.
Okay.
When you used to go out, you might stay out to 2. You know how we used to do.
Yeah.
With a lady, just the respect that you have for her, you will not do it anymore. But you was never taught, like, okay, when you get with a woman, you ain't supposed to.
2 o'clock ain't late, but that's an example.
Oh, yeah. But we used to stay out all night.
That's all night.
But I even, that whole idea of, hey, let me go and give her a call.
I mean, but that boils down to just respect.
Yeah. Respect. Right.
But that's not really saying, okay, well, this is training to be.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you get into it, it's not about being trained. It's more of when you with this person, it's more about respect. So none of us being taught to be husbands. None of us.
That's why I say for what you speaking on. That's why I say the beginning of raising a man.
Right.
First, because I don't think I raised my son to be a husband, but guess what? He's witnessed from my marriage. He witnessed the chivalry. Yeah, I mean, he witnessed the open of doors. He witnessed, he witnessed a lot of more shit, but he witnessed, things that he carried over to his relationship now.
That's a good thing.
You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't prepare him for that shit. I would just open book.
But when
you take what you take
child
from
sees
it.
that type of thing, as far as how to treat a woman, yes, he can adopt those behaviors.
Yes,
and those are great hobby. I mean, not hobbies, but habits to adopt.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
as far as being
I don't think.
Okay, you were married. You married currently.
Right.
As am I.
Yeah.
That's just one part of you.
Yeah.
So for you to be like, okay, well, we preparing you to be this, that would mean that that's all you are.
Coming to America type shit.
We can't do that. Like,
yeah,
like okay, and like I said, when arranged marriages were happening in the United States with black people and people of all genders and colors,
Right.
that wasn't right. That wasn't right.
No, it should no arranged marriage ever.
It shouldn't. Nah. Like, okay, well, we're gonna teach you how to be and the only training they would give you to be a wife would be cook, clean, take care of kids, do whatever that man tell you to do. The only training to be a husband would be go work and then come home, protect, provide. That's it.
Protect, provide. Yeah.
But damn, that's it.
That ain't marriage.
That ain't marriage. How happy could you possibly be if you were basically if your lady was just your slave? Not slave. I shouldn't do that.
I know where you're going.
If she was just there to tend to you and the kids all day, how happy would she be? She wouldn't be.
Miserable as fuck.
And as would you, if all you did was go to work and come home every day.
Right now, it seems like that.
But you'd be miserable. See? What I'm saying, you'd be fucking miserable. Like okay, like everything is just a part of you. Like the same thing when you raise your kids, just get them to be the best human being they could possibly be.
Yeah, I think.
And if you end up being somebody's wife or husband,
Yeah.
that's a compromise or a deal or whatever you want to say you have with that person.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not okay. We prepared you for this your whole life.
Right.
No, we prepared you to be a well-rounded human being.
Right, because a lot of people, there's men and women out here that's not getting married, and shit, they've been prepared for something like that, and they ain't getting married.
But I'm gonna tell you the thing with that is that's why I was about to say when I said last time. But you have young girls that I don't know if they still do it to this day, but back in the day, motherfuckers used to fantasize about they wedding.
They still do. They still do.
But check out what they fantasize is about. How many motherfucking bridesmaids, the dress, and the cake, and the honeymoon spot, and the cake.
But I mean, and then that goes.
They ain't teaching them shit about the nitty gritty that takes for that shit to work out.
I see where you aiming at. Like as far as
you see what I'm saying, it's the surface.
But I get where you're going. But I think as far as like how Lil Court picked up certain things as far as what you used to do. It goes a long way. Now that mother is constantly talking shit about their daddy, this and this and that. Yeah, then they're gonna come in like, oh shit, I'm supposed to have this mentality towards a man. I get where you're going.
Another one. A lot of times, people are too selfish, especially in relationships, marriages.
Yes.
Okay, what is the numbers on weddings? I mean, marriages that fail. It's greater than 50%.
It's greater than 50%. Yeah, that shit popping off.
But
especially now,
you put on this big thing, that don't mean shit.
It don't mean a motherfucking thing.
That's just money y'all spent.
Yeah, but
just of the piece, let's come out better.
That's the imagery. That's all the imagery.
But what is the imagery?
The imagery is what you have seen on TV.
The cakes.
All the shit that you see.
Baby, I know what the imagery of it is, but I'm saying at the end of the day, what is that gonna get you?
It don't get you nowhere.
Nothing.
Because you still got to do the work.
Exactly.
And the work is now. Are we raising? When you're looking at it like that, as far as nobody, you know what I think the question is, we raising our kids to be selfish right now, because if they
exactly
if they go in if we teaching them that it's a give and take, so when they become adults, they'll know when that special person comes, they'll know how to share those type of things instead of I'll have this and this and that and that. And I know women have this fantasy, and that shit is a lot. Me too.
Men got what?
idea that men do have this fantasy.
Men got fantasies of getting married?
No,
Yes, they do.
Do they?
They do, but I'm talking about the
Did.
Did they?
Yeah.
I mean a fantasy like
No,
yeah.
But I'm talking about
Like 12 years old or 20.
No.
I don't know when he figured it out.
I'm talking about-
but he had that.
I'm talking about
That's
the
what's
fantasy of a man controlling a woman. Oh, a
But
woman's
then the
supposed to be
thing, but
doing
then
that.
okay, like
Oh, a woman's supposed to be doing
selfishness comes into balance. I mean, comes into play because you have a lot of people that don't have balance.
Right.
A lot of times, people are being raised by one parent.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
So, if you raised by one parent, you have just that perspective.
That's
like
true.
I feel like I am who I am because I grew up with my mom and dad
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
Like I've never had a day when I lived with my mom that my dad didn't live there.
Right.
So
Balanced man.
Right.
I think I'm more well rounded than most.
Right.
And then like whatever you got from the parent that you were with, people can tell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can tell.
You can tell. You can tell a man that was raised by his mom.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
You can tell a woman that was raised by just a mom.
Yes.
Like,
You
okay,
you
how?
can tell by a woman that was raised by a man. She has those
Yeah, she has those tendencies.
those aggressions. So
Like-
I always say, I was talking to a guy at work.
I think she picked up more aggression from her mama than she would do from her daddy any day.
No, but we get our game
But that's-
from our
But I'm
mom,
talking
our
about,
ways of going about doing things, and that could be another reason why most men are not settling because
Because what?
of a woman.
No.
You say not settling
Yeah.
because of a woman? What you mean by that?
What I mean by like,
You say settling. What you mean?
okay, what I mean by settling, we see all the things that our mothers used to do to different men,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you looking at that and all the this and that.
Okay.
You're like, oh hell no.
I get what you're saying.
I don't want to. Fuck that.
I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna just be doing what I'm doing.
Nah, I
That
think
could backfire too.
I
but-
Ain't all this you could be back.
Yeah. You're
I
right,
think
you're right.
you as a man these days, a lot of times you raised by your mom and you have a lot of selfish tendencies. Like you want gratification from
So-
every incident
okay, so-
that happens.
So that goes back to what I was just saying. A lot of our ways come from a woman. So
Right.
our selfish. I was just talking about being
Right.
selfish. Where we get all that shit? Because most men are giving. In a lot of ways,
Yeah.
when we're not okay, even in a relationship, right? you could when a woman, when you know you doing what you doing,
Right.
but when you don't do it no more, a woman
That's a problem.
a woman throw that shit in your face.
That's a problem.
It's a problem. Like,
For
wait a minute,
sure.
I'm doing this for. Where you get a lot of that tendency?
Now, I don't mean to cut you off, B, but check that theory you just played with, right? So sometimes we could look at it when I ask, are our kids being prepared for, marriage? You know what I mean? Whatever. They really is being shaped because they being shaped by the parents.
Right.
You know what I mean? If your marriage or your boyfriend-girlfriend relationship is not healthy, you are actually preparing them
For
You're
unhealthy
absolutely right.
for
relationship.
unhealthy fucking relationship.
Right.
So you are being I remember back in the day, I used to tell my son's mother and my stepson mother. Well, my kids, they was 10 years old when they first started really getting into liking girls a little bit and shit, right? They came to me and said they want a white girl. Right? So I went to the mothers. I said the first image of a woman a boy fall in love with is
It's his mama.
the image of his mother.
For sure.
So if my son's coming to me saying they want a white woman because black women is too manly and rough and confrontational,
That's what they saying about you.
that's what you exuding. That's what they watching. That's like me having a daughter. My daughter come to me and say she want a white boy. I'm offended. Where the fuck did I go wrong? I ain't talking 15, 16 when you just want to fuck and try new pussy. I ain't talking that. I'm talking from that baby, from the early stages of liking a motherfucker. Like,
Right.
you follow when I started dealing with girls back then, light skin. My mother's light skin. My brother like chicks with big breasts. My mother got big breasts. So it's like, so if my daughter come to me and say she want a white man at the age of 10 years old,
That's a direct reflection of you.
that's me. I fucked up. I'm looking, where the fuck did I go wrong? Let me do damage control around this bitch. Let me start thinking before I act when I speak to my woman. in front of my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so we are really being molded for a relationship in a long on the back end. You know what I mean? So
I get
the
that.
examples that we put forth, but you know, we don't think about that shit though.
No.
That's the last thing we think about. Like, you know what I mean?
We don't. We all know, you know, trauma starts in the household. Everything that a child picks up, they get it from us. So I get it. I do get it. But it's hard to say, especially you know, if you had a daughter, she like a white guy, and yeah, it's hard. Like, damn. I mean, depending on the school,
But she give you reasons
depending
though.
on the environment that you stay in.
Yeah,
and
but
those things play a major part, you know.
But not early on though.
That's true.
Not I ain't talking.
But if you go in
high school, I'm not
No,
talking
I'm
high
talking
school.
about like okay, your black daughter go to an all white school. There's a
Okay.
great chance that she's gonna like white boys.
Man,
It's a great
daddy's
action.
little girl. That's powerful right there.
That
man.
is true.
Daddy's look.
But it's a good ass chance she might like.
I'm not talking long. I'm talking. You know what I mean?
10.
I'm talking. I ain't even talking 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, because even then
Yeah.
you just picking shit and trying things. I'm talking fucking 5th, 6th, 7th. Nah, I said went too high. 5th. You know what I mean? 5th, 6th grade, pre junior high.
Pre-puberty.
There we go. Thanks for helping me out, man. I've been struggling. Now I go with the Pleasant Hills, man. Don't talk about me, man. But you know, but that's the point I'm making, man. Like, you know what I mean? I would be offended, man. So we are training our kids, knowingly or unknowingly. We train them to interact with other human beings, the opposite sex.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you show, because me showing my sons how I treated my ex. You know what I mean? I ain't saying I was perfect. You know what I mean? But I never disrespected her in front of them. I never called out her name in front of her. I kind of one hand every time I called her a bitch. And in the whole 18 years I was with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And half of the shit was planned. You know what I mean? But, you know, but even when it come to arguing, but when it was time for me to exit, I had to show them that side too. When a motherfucker ain't right, nigga, you got to make a decision around this bitch. Don't stay with a motherfucker because you scared to move.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't got to put up with A, B, C, and D. You ain't got to put your hand on no woman if she ain't right.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't got to stoop to her level if she become disrespectful.
But yeah, I mean, like,
So it's a lot of shit you
The
should
question
show
would
our
be-
kids.
the better question would be, are we creating well-rounded people?
Yes. Yeah, I like
Because marriage is just a byproduct of
It's not
whatever relationships you saw.
Yeah.
Like, most healthy relationships come from people that were
Well rounded.
mentally healthy themselves.
Yes.
Good household.
Yeah, like you have two damaged people, you gonna have a fucked up marriage.
Yeah.
That's a for sure bet.
Right.
Like, I mean, people with all kind of shit going on, like they got daddy issues, or you got mom issues, or
Yeah.
and people a lot of time. I'm glad you said this. This topic is important to me for this reason. You see a lot of grown women blame men for everything that happens to them. Women get to remain perfect in no way. First of all, let me preface that.
Right.
No disrespect to women at all.
Right.
Women are allowed to remain perfect. Every time a relationship don't work, oh man, that nigga ain't shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, that nigga did this. Nah,
Yeah.
you picked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you keep picking the same guys that do the same shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you.
Yes.
Right.
Look in the mirror.
You only get what you attract.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, a lot of times we take away the responsibility of relationships with women. If you with a man, you picked him.
Right.
He ain't rape you.
Right.
He ain't club you over the head and drag you by your hair like Captain Caveman.
Right.
You were with him because you wanted to be.
Right.
When the shit go wrong, it's his fault.
Right.
Right.
You picked him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He showed you signs.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And vice versa. Yeah. Yeah.
Them signs was coming. Oh no, I don't see shit.
No. She's seen
But
it.
that's the thing. Like, and then men, the fucked up part about relationships now, men are starting to act like women too. They starting to in every sense. Oh man, these hoes. Every time you talk to a man or a woman that's single, the conversation start. Okay, so man, why you think you single? Oh man, these hoes. That's what niggas say.
Yeah.
And women say, oh man, these niggas.
Nah.
You took yourself out of that like it ain't your fault.
Like you ain't got no parts in that.
Right.
You play a part.
chose to be with that person.
But you said it starts in the household. So most, I won't say, I don't know the percentage rate as far as black households or as far as single households.
Mm-hmm.
But we picking up this behavior from somebody. Goddamn.
It's some very destructive behavior. It really is, and a lot of times, women get to remain perfect.
Yeah.
That boggles my fucking mind. How one gender in a two-person relationship gets to remain perfect.
They always harder on men anyway.
And you should be.
Yeah,
We should be.
We should be.
That's why they remain perfect, because your mama can't do no wrong. Your mama can't do no motherfucking wrong. Nigga, I remember back in the day, man. Well, I don't want to go too deep with that one. But you know what I mean? But your mama can't do my mama can't do no wrong.
Right.
But it was times where I had to speak to my mama in a way that a brother would have spoke to her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dealing with, her boyfriend at that time. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, sometimes women can do wrong. A lot of shit can be prevented if a woman just, do something just a little bit different. Like the outcome would have been different. So I had to, give my mother some advice in a way that she probably wasn't used to from her young son at the age of like 22. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, they harder on men. It's easier to say that nigga ain't shit. It's easy to say that.
Yeah.
But it's easy to say that woman ain't shit.
Right.
The game she played. You know what I mean? Got her there. Like I said, I was watching a movie last night, and a chick, her dude got killed, got lined up by a best friend. Then she started fucking with the best friend when he died. Dude ended up beating her ass. And I said, well, damn, shit, I don't feel sorry for the bitch. One, you dirty as fuck. You fucking with your dude. Even though, it's a movie, but motherfuckers do this shit. They pull it from reality.
Yeah.
But, she fucking with, her dude get killed, and you fucking with his boy. When you just said that you wouldn't even hook your best friend up with old boy. Mm-hmm. Your man died, you with him. Then he beat
That's
your
why she
ass.
wouldn't hook.
Right. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other story. That's another beach right there. But
but it's man. These days with social media and everything else, you could just write your own narrative.
Yeah.
And the shit don't even got to be true.
It's like fall for.
I don't even think people are living in reality anymore.
They're not.
I don't, and that's the sad part.
It is.
Like the shit that you see on social media be so fucking fake, and you like, damn, this ain't real. But in relationships, some people gonna remain perfect. They gonna remain perfect. I don't give a damn what happened. And are we preparing good, solid, well-rounded individuals? For the most part, no. So are we preparing good, solid husbands and wives? No. On a whole, no.
But
individually, you can say yeah. For a lot of people, you can say yeah.
Right.
But on a whole, hell no. But again, I think it's a lot that goes into it's a lot that goes on in our community that makes relationships go bad too. A lot of shit.
Like what?
Like say you in low income housing. Mm-hmm. Man can't be there.
Yeah.
So how you gonna have a healthy family if the father ain't in the house or even allowed to be in the house. At least that was the issue back in the day. It's not so much now. But like if you on Section 8, that man can't be there.
No. Sure
So
the fuck ain't.
his kids live there. He can't be there.
And some women would choose that over the guy.
Right.
Cause they get a paycheck for that child. They get food stamps.
Yeah,
they get
but I
medical,
mean,
they get-
it's like every issue that black people deal with. It's so many factors that go into the outcome that people see. Like you'll see the outcome. Oh well, with crime high in this area, it's much bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than that. Like they won't tell you that. Okay, well the education's bad and we ain't really got no jobs here. So
No.
crime is an output of that.
Yeah.
But
They
they don't
control
look
the
at it
narrative.
like, and then like the relationships that we having, you know why it's happening, but then people want to ask the end of the question. Now you have to attack problems from the beginning. You can't get to the end and be like, okay, well, why aren't our relationships working? Because he ain't never seen how a relationship's supposed to work.
don't know what it look like.
He don't know what it look like.
Yeah.
He couldn't pick a healthy relationship out of a police lineup. So how do you expect him to be in one?
Yeah. He or she.
And a lot of times, he or she.
Yeah.
A lot of times we asking for shit from people that ain't never seen it. That's like asking me to perform open heart surgery. Nigga, you in some shit. Yeah, Mac, go ahead and do this open heart surgery. I don't know what to tell you, dog.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it, never touched it. So I'm gonna ask you this then. So is it y'all got sons? When would y'all if your sons came to you at the age of 18, he's grown.
Mm-hmm.
He's grown. Daddy, I met this woman. Ready to get married, man. Like, she got 2 kids.
No. You ain't gotta say nothing else. No.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you something. Me personally, when I raised my son, man, I didn't want my son to be no step parent. Don't be no step parent. I wouldn't recommend that. And if you do, it's some things need to be in play to even consider to being.
It depends on
A
how
step
old
parent.
you are. That's the step parent.
No, I'm talking.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
I'm speaking my son age. I'm talking 21. I'm talking about from 18. No,
21? Hell no.
That's what I'm speaking on. I'm talking because it happens.
You can't do
It
that at
happens.
21.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, so, but you know, get you a woman that have no kids like you. If you have, and if you got kids, then you didn't got them. It is what it is. But if you ain't got no kids, get you a woman with no kids. And I also tell him, in order for you to learn yourself as a man, you need to be in your own space.
True.
You have
For sure.
before you even consider marriage. Sit up. Before you even consider marriage, control your own space first.
Learn yourself.
Learn how to pay your rent. You know what I mean? Wash your clothes, cook your food, clean your house. Hold your own as a man first. If you can, I mean, if try that first before you try to go off and marry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if sometimes when we leave from one woman, which is our mother,
We'll jump into another mama.
we go into another mother. So you never, guess what? You cannot learn yourself in the presence of another mother at the age of early 20s. Because you got somebody constantly standing up, well, don't do that. Well, don't do this. Don't do that. Then you find yourself compromising before you even know who you are. You
Yeah.
lost. Now,
My thing.
now you 40 years old. That's why you can see motherfuckers 40 years old doing 20-year-old shit.
Acting crazy as hell.
Because they never, because if you look back in their 20s, they booed up.
Right.
Yeah.
They went from one mama to another mama. And God forbid if you ain't really got no voice in that house and that woman, or you moved into her domain,
Oh, yeah.
and y'all ain't
some
gonna get nothing
shit,
until y'all get something together. Because that's
Yeah.
a different beast too. That's different. At least you still a man in there and you respect it.
Yeah.
Versus moving into another bitch who got Section 8 somewhere. and
But
you
I
going
mean,
in there,
okay, now,
You know.
I have a son that's 17 now. His goal when he gets out of high school, move in with his girlfriend. I told him, nah, don't do that shit.
Right.
Move in with your brother. Like he
Yeah.
has a twin brother, man. Y'all move in together.
Get something
Do
together.
what y'all do.
Yes.
Learn yourself.
Yes.
And I told him this. Even being a married man, it's plenty of time to be married.
Yes. No, you
Man,
right.
you don't even think about that shit.
No.
Let it happen organically.
Yes.
So what you doing at 17, 18, like, man, I can't even remember what my mind was at 17, 18. It damn sure wasn't no moving in with no girl.
Nah, damn shit with no booed up shit.
I'm like, man, that ain't good for you, man.
No.
You gotta learn yourself.
Got to.
You gotta learn yourself without restriction. Like, okay, originally, when I moved out of my mom's house, I moved in with their mom till I was about 26, 27. And I would say, after leaving that relationship and being with the woman I'm with now, that time when I lived by myself, I grew up more in that section than I did when I left my mom's house, when I was with her, all by myself.
Yeah. That's what the point I'm
Like,
making.
I ain't have a damn dime. Most of the time, I ate peanut butter and jelly every day. But
Nigga.
I learned myself.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
And I
crucial.
wouldn't be me today without that time.
Without that time, nigga.
I guarantee you that.
You can control your emotions better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You ain't responding because a motherfucker said some fuckery to you. You sit in the back because you don't know how to control that tongue of yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's and that's what I want for my son, man. And he's coming to his own, man. Like, but I think every young man need to experience their own domain before they even go
True.
and do something.
Yeah.
I learned so much about myself my first 10 years of bachelor. One thing I do know is women respect men differently when they got their own shit.
They do.
Oh,
They
get
do.
the fuck out.
Because it's rules.
Yes.
Like it's boundaries.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then like
Then you don't need them for shit. Only you can do for me, you give me some pussy or some extra shit. That's it.
Right.
but the
I don't
thing
need
with
you for
that,
nothing.
you really want a relationship where
Yes.
you don't need the other person.
Yes.
Like, my wife don't need me.
That's attractive.
I don't need her.
Yes.
We want each other.
Yeah. It's a difference. It's a big difference.
Completely
A
different.
lot of people I deal with, for a sickle cell, right? And I always say doctors treat you like shit because they know that we need them. That's how they treat sickle cell patients.
Yeah.
People treat you like shit when they think you need them. So many people operating thinking, oh, she can't go nowhere cuz. He can't go
Shit.
nowhere cuz.
Yes, he can.
Yeah, they can, but sometimes how could motherfuckers forget? Motherfuckers get so comfortable. Motherfuckers forget. Like, I don't need you. You don't need me. You know what I mean? But motherfuckers operating like they motherfucker do. Like, motherfucker, you forget. I remember back in my divorce, I was a bachelor for 10 years. She proposed to me. So when the shit ended up, I'm like, I was a bachelor before I came up in this motherfucker. Did you not forget?
Yeah.
Like, but how quick do motherfuckers forget? You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, oh yeah, I got him. I'm never got.
Right.
Yeah, never got. I'm never.
Yeah.
Because if it ain't right, I remove myself. That's what I learned in my bachelor years.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, man, I mean, you will
that.
learn a lot being by your damn self.
Man, when you tell, I learned, babe, nigga.
You will learn a lot.
It's mandatory, man.
Yeah, it is. I try to tell everybody I know. Any young cat, hey man,
It's mandatory,
do
man.
you. Just do you.
Yeah,
But a lot of people put a negative connotation on that. That
Oh,
mean go fuck everything. And that ain't what I mean.
Royal Oats,
Yeah, but man, that don't mean that. Just go live.
So are we raising our kids to be spouses? Like I say, man, that's it's so many layers to that shit, man. But I don't think that I never grew up thinking I'm gonna be married. Like, that wasn't even on my forefront. Was I raised to be a husband? I guess no. I mean, if any sense of the word, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I knew what I wanted. Like I say, time alone, growing up,
Right.
dating,
Yeah.
dealing with few bras,
Right.
learning what I don't like, what I do like. You know what I mean? But
I think that's key. When
Yeah.
when you grow up, if you learn to take your time, you learn what to do, what not to do, what you like, what you dislike. So when you come into a relationship, y'all have that adult conversation. Everybody's scared to have this real adult conversation about, yeah, I like this, I dislike that. This is what I expect from you, and vice versa. And then you just take your time with the process. You have to
Let
take
me
your time.
ask you something. You had that kind of conversation with your wife?
To a certain degree. But
I've never had that.
But the funny thing now, we talk about it now more than ever
Okay.
because we're older now. So we looking
Yeah.
at it like, okay, this is what we should have done. Okay, should have, could have, would have, but now let's have this conversation
Okay.
about what we want from each other. This and this and that, and what's our mission together.
Gotcha.
So I guess I think as far as no, you would never know, but as far as you have kids, teaching your kids to be well rounded will set them up
For a healthy relationship.
For a healthy
For sure.
relationship.
For sure.
So
Yeah, I agree 1,000.
But like I said, on a grand scheme, no.
No, that's not happening.
you never had that conversation at all about anything. You just went willy nilly.
No. I mean now
You had some.
we've had discussions.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty damn sure.
not a straight up like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this.
Now because me gotta be. Me can't just say.
With
I'm gonna tell you.
with trial and error, you're gonna learn a lot.
I'm gonna
Right.
tell you.
Now, depending on if you want to have that relationship, because we all know relationships is work. So if you didn't
For
want
sure.
to work,
For sure.
I'm about to go to the next one.
Yeah.
But before I go to the next one, let me self-analyze me before
Yeah.
let me do some me time.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you something, man. It's funny you say that, like that conversation you have, right? So, I used to have that conversation when I was just boyfriend girlfriend with my ex-wife back when we was just boyfriend girlfriend, right? But the way I used to have that conversation, I used to create scenarios. Probably ain't got shit to do with me, or none of my partners.
But it do.
It got everything to do with me, but I might create one of my partners. Like, man, guess what happened to my partner last night? Man, his bitch did A, B, C, D, F, G. If that was me, I ain't going. Look her in her pupils, like, bitch.
See how she carry it.
See how she lead in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but the crazy part about it is, so when we got to the stage, she forgot all the shit I was telling her in the beginning. So, when the shit happened, bitch, I told you, like, thought I was playing. Now, did I verbally say that? Did I come in here straight up and down and say, like you just said, I don't like that, don't do this? No. What I did was, I probably would say, man, my nigga B, woo woo woo, I ain't going. Oh, my nigga Mac, woo woo woo, hell nah.
Not happening.
Right.
So that's me basically telling
That's
you
me telling you
that this is a deal breaker.
it's a deal, but if you forget it, that's on you. I'm not
But the
here to,
thing
I'm not
with
here to
that-
repeat it.
But then the thing with that, people know what deal breakers are.
Yes, they do.
And they'll push your fucking buttons.
Push the
This is
limit.
what I'm saying. Like, people know when they're disrespecting you.
Yes.
People know when they're doing things to hurt your feelings.
Yes.
People know what they're doing. So for me to tell you, hey man, I don't like that shit. You knew that I wouldn't when you did it. So I'm not having a conversation. Like, okay, you walk down the steps right now and somebody slapped the shit out of you. You ain't gonna come back and have a, hey man, you know what? I ain't like you slapping the shit out of me. And then what reaction are you gonna get from him? He knows you wouldn't like getting the shit slapped out of you. He did it anyway. He didn't give a fuck about. I'm not explaining my feelings to somebody that don't give a fuck about them.
You gotta say that.
If you do what you do to hurt my feelings, like if I go home after we shoot this episode and it's a man naked in my bedroom right now,
Right.
we're not having a conversation.
No. I get
You
that.
knew and that may be way further than any extreme that you were talking about. I'm almost certain that that's way too damn far.
That nigga talking about pisses and dying.
But
I'm gonna
people, okay,
When I say having that conversation,
I know you weren't talking about
I
that.
wasn't talking about that.
I took it too far. But
You
okay,
sure fuck did.
the same thing. Like, okay, if you go home tonight, well, bitch, you knew that was disrespectful.
Right.
You knew it, and whatever emotion you had that made you say that, you knew exactly what that was going to do. So you can't have a conversation about disrespect.
now, when I talk about having a conversation, it's about I'm sometimes laying it out on the line, but that I don't think those are self-explanatory things.
No,
You
everything
call me-
is.
You calling me out of my name? No, you're not gonna say this. You're not gonna have this butt naked ass man
It's some man in your bed.
with a motherfucking a tiger on his dick and shit. Like, oh, he's playing puppets and shit.
So what you talking about when you say the conversation? What conversations you feel?
Well, we you know what? When I say when people come into relationships, they don't have a realistic conversation about themselves. Instead of like, okay, this is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
This is what I like.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say what I dislike. Like, it ain't going to like, yeah, I can't stand that the skinny spoon is on the opposite end and shit. That's
say the flat end of the bread. The first.
I had one of those. I had one of those about bread. Okay.
So
I did.
Okay, so but I'm talking about just little shit, and now the other shit will come in within time. But within time, trial and error. But you'll know, like, as soon as the first, second, third argument, like, do I want to deal with this? When the love's there, you want it to work. If that's what you want,
Right.
if that's what you want, you know you gotta work at it. Then you go ahead and then you talk. So after you have those conversations, after those arguments, what do? You have like, look, man, that was petty. Even though he or she might know, yeah, that was petty. I don't know what it is with the human psyche. As much as you just said, well, you know it's disrespectful. You and I, all of us, all been in this like, yeah, damn, that wasn't right, and you still done it.
Yeah.
Like, and you know it
That was
was
some fucked
wrong,
up shit.
but you still done it. I don't
But
know.
then, okay, you know you did it. And you know what reaction you were trying to get when you did it.
But sometimes you just, you sometimes you do react without knowing what it's going to cause. Like you can be raising your voice, not even raising your voice. Man, stop. And that can get a reaction when you like, I didn't even do that. You just never know without having those conversations. With every argument that most couples have, you sit down and talk about it, right?
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, nobody wants to go to sleep. Mad
Shit,
about
I will.
But you know what though? But you know what though?
But you had those conversations though, right? You had those conversations.
I mean, but it's like I see what both of y'all saying, and I kind of fall somewhere in there. And the reason I say that is because I feel like when you're dealing with grown motherfuckers, a grown woman, right? This is why I tell people, man, when I pick women now, I want to see how they mama act. I want to see where their DNA come from. I want to see the man that was in her life, boyfriend, and or the mamas, the daddy, stepdaddy, whoever this man is. I want to see the relationship they mama got with that man.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, any woman when they get mad, they gonna revert back to what they was raised on.
True.
Men too,
Yeah, men too. That's what I'm saying. Women should look at the man or the relationship they got with the woman. The relationship a man has with his mother will almost mimic
how he gonna treat his lady. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, now, same way with a woman. The relationship she has with her father or the man who raised her,
yeah,
will mimic. If she ain't got a man around nowhere, if she didn't respect the motherfucker who was in the house raising her, nigga, what make you think she gonna respect you?
That is true.
She's not. But motherfuckers, but guess what? Motherfucker think it is though.
But she cold though.
Yeah, I mean, right?
Yeah.
Motherfucker make excuses, motherfucker, and you wonder why. Like, I'm gonna taste him. Hindsight 2020. I mean, I don't want to go too deep on my past, but if I was what I know now and took a picture of that, now let me not say that because I saw that, and I still jumped up, put my hand in the motherfucker in the cookie jar and got, you know what I mean? I still did dumb shit, some shit I probably shouldn't have never done.
Right.
When I know her example of what a woman is was null and void.
Yeah.
Can I blame her now? Nah, she was a lost soul too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you can blame yourself.
Oh, hell yeah. Because
sure.
I ignored that.
Yeah.
The way I met her mother was on some disrespectful shit. Her to me. So that lets me know she's a man eater.
Right.
She got no respect for a man. I never was disrespectful. I don't believe in disrespectful parents. I don't do that. So, you know what I mean? Because that's a losing battle.
I don't disrespect nobody.
Me either. I'm just saying. Before speaking from a parent point of view,
I damn sure ain't gonna disrespect your parents.
that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
you know, but you gotta look at that shit though. I tell anybody, man, before you jump into that shit, go see what she was raised on. Pay attention to that. Cause when the shit get thick, she gonna regurgitate everything her mama told her and showed her. You better believe it.
And showed her for the most part.
Most part. If her mama didn't respect that stepdaddy, or that man, or that whoever was around, nigga,
You ain't getting no
it's slow
respect
for
either.
you.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, but you know,
It's slow
vice
for
versa
you.
with a man. Most men would try to, or somewhat taught to disrespect. I mean, so overall, we not that household, man. It's got to be straight, man. You got to have a lot of balance.
You gotta know what you. I mean, first you gotta recognize the issue.
But you
And
know
then
what?
address the issue. Because sometimes it's best for a motherfucker too. That's why last week when we was talking, or a couple of weeks, when I was saying don't do shit for kids. Because you do more damage, man. I watched my mama grow up with a boyfriend, man. Like, you know what I mean? That did more damage than good for me. And
Yeah.
my sister and my brother. Like, I found myself pulling pistols out on a nigga at 17. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you know, like, I mean, I was domestic in my early 20s, right? Until I realized I got locked up for that shit, and it was the dumbest shit I ever did in my life. I mean, and I chose to change, or I chose to leave bitches who bring that up out of me,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
That's what I changed. I changed the bitch. I didn't really change too much about me. I realized what was my trigger, and it was disrespectful women. I shouldn't have to fight a bitch for my respect when I'm showing you I'm here. I'm playing my part. I shouldn't have to persuade a motherfucker with a slap or a threat or a disrespect.
Yeah. Respect is that's a deal breaker.
That's what I'm saying. But guess what? I thought that shit. I thought that was the way in my early 20s. Like, I remember doing stupid shit, man. Kicking bitch out my...
But you knowing that was wrong, and you still did it.
No, nigga, cause I wasn't ready. I was early 20s, nigga.
So when I'm talking about when we was having that conversation, as far as having a realistic conversation. Now, would you say you were broken?
Damaged. Maybe.
Damaged.
Not broken.
Misled, unled, better yet.
Okay.
Cause you think about winter. I'm on a block with a bunch of niggas. All you got is what? Your respect. You lose that, nigga, you better bang for it. That's all I knew. So when I got in a relationship in my early 20s, and I got a woman trying to talk to me like I ain't got no spine, and you call me a bitch ass nigga, like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell a nigga. Now you gotta prove it. Square up. Like,
You gotta prove it. Square up.
you gotta prove it. You can't just be calling niggas bitch ass niggas. You know what I mean? You gotta prove that talk. And that's how, but when I got locked up, that's what changed it.
But I'm just
and
saying,
then I see a woman cry. I revert back to seeing my mama cry. And that's what did it. I'm
Okay.
like, man, I
But
gotta remove
but-
myself from these toxic ass bitches.
But you knew that was wrong.
After the fact, yeah, you always know it's wrong. That's
So
a
it
fact.
goes back to what you were saying. People know. And I said, nah, some people don't know.
But then at the same time, that woman knew saying what she said would bring that out of him.
That's true. But if you had
So we both playing the game.
But what
That's what I'm
we all
saying.
playing the game.
That's what I
what-
stopped playing that game.
But when we start, that's what I'm saying.
I stopped
But if
playing
you
that
come
game.
into a relationship, like, hey, I'm not playing this shit. These realistic conversations.
You don't have to tell nobody.
But
Okay,
you don't. But I
You
ain't
should never
talking.
tell nobody that.
Nah, but you know what?
I feel you though, bro.
People are not. First of all, people are not honest with themselves. It goes back to not knowing yourself. Now, if you know certain things about this girl or this man, you shouldn't even step to that person.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even step to that person. Period. Let that fat old ass that you want.
Well,
Let it
no,
go.
let's back
Let it
up,
go.
Dance. You said a fat ass, so now you can step to it. You just ain't gotta keep it, nigga.
I mean, do what you do.
Do what you do.
But know what you getting into.
But not if knowing that what you getting yourself into, knowing that it's best to just let it keep walking.
But my thing is this, like the small
shit. Man,
the
ass genie.
Okay. The small shit the small shit you can have discussions about.
Yeah, I'm not I'm talking about
disrespect.
No, but you gotta let that be known from the jump. And then it still might come up.
Let who know what from the jump? Let your lady know not to disrespect you from the jump.
No, that ain't what I'm saying is that should be
that goes without saying.
Right.
It should.
But what I'm saying is there's certain things you can have with your woman, or women with a man, that you gotta have those type of conversations about what you're aiming at, what you want, this and that.
But that's how you do have those conversations. Those are conversations where you talking goals.
Yeah.
You talking dreams.
Shit like that.
Those are conversations I'm having. I ain't about to have a conversation a mother should have had with her daughter. A father should have had with her daughter. I ain't about to have that conversation. But I will paint her a picture.
You shouldn't. Okay.
I will paint her a picture though.
I bet you will.
I watch them show on TV. Oh, that bullshit right there, bitch. You better I was king of that. I'm gonna tell you, because when you do it that way versus I don't want you doing this. I don't want you. Motherfuckers get defensive. Motherfuckers.
That's true.
So if you paint a picture and make some shit up that you know that she got tendencies of doing that you see, that's what I'm telling you, I king at it. I learned that in my bachelor years.
That's true.
Because if you try to tell somebody, the fact you gotta choose your words wisely when you do that. Because if you tell somebody I don't like or don't you, those is depends on who that person is. That's the defensive. What you mean? I ain't. What you mean?
Yeah, most people gonna put a barrier up.
They gonna. It's your delivery. So if you say, "Oh man, last night I talked to my partner, man, she went through some bullshit," I'm gonna tell you, so I ain't going for that shit. And look her in the eyes.
What did you do?
You know what I mean? It was time. Motherfucker, remember my ex used to tell me, "You mad like I did something." But bitch, don't you know I was mad? Bitch, I'm mad, bitch. Yeah, you better know it. Like, I'm good. And I tell her, I can't believe the disrespect. But it didn't work because I still had to leave a motherfucker. But I did that part. So it's easier. The only conversation I'm having with a motherfucker at 42, control that shit. Mm-hmm. Control your emotions. You know what I mean? I'm not a child, I need a mother.
Right.
You know what
I ain't
mean?
even having that discussion.
Think before you know.
Mm-hmm.
But these are things I'm having before I even go into.
Yeah.
This is dating conversations.
Okay, so you just answered my question. You just basically said it.
But at 42, I didn't have that at 20.
But at the same time,
but you having those
you
conversations.
shouldn't even have to have that.
You should, but goddamn it, sometimes
I think sometimes you got to.
When I say control that shit, I'm gonna tell you what I mean when I say control. When I tell a woman control that shit, women like to blame shit on their periods. I'm on my periods. I was emotional. No, you've been bleeding for 40 some years. Goddamn, your shit about to drop in a minute. Control that shit. You can't use that as an excuse. You can't. Well, you know what? He had an attitude. I had a bad day at work today. Control that shit. At this stage of the game, you should be woman enough to control. A man too. We should be able to control. We should be able to control with this motherfucking tongue.
Yeah,
I'm learning that.
We can't say no ignorant shit and then try to come back and.
Right.
Oh, baby, I ain't mean that. I was just mad. I said it because you said it. I said it because you said it. Man, that's bullshit. We grown as fuck around this motherfucker. If you can't control your tongue, you need to be by your goddamn self. That's what I learned this time around in my bachelor years.
Yeah.
I learned how to control my emotion. I learned how not to take everything a woman say to me as where I might get offended.
An attack.
Yeah, I process it first, and I see like, damn, and I might cipher it like. So when I respond, I'm responding accordingly. So I might ask you, what do you mean by that? And if you repeat that shit twice, then you mean it. I'm gonna deal with you how I deal with you.
Yeah.
I don't believe in apologizing if I don't have to. That's why I think before I talk. A lot of motherfuckers don't do that. Some people say shit for the shock factor and not for the fact factor. They want to shock your system. You know what I mean? Oh, you motherfucking... No, I don't do shocking system. I'm going to speak. I'm going to let it know what it is. And that's what it is. Like, but... Yeah. But it's nothing before us having that conversation early on. Now most motherfuckers would not be receptive.
No, they
to
won't.
Somebody telling them.
But you know what? That's why when I come across a lot of little younger guys, I tell them, just date. Just date. Figure yourself
Yeah.
out. Don't worry. You got your whole entire life. Live, man. Live. Learn yourself. Learn your own behavior.
Yes.
Teach yourself something, man. Figure some things out. That's my thing. Hey, man, don't you jumping into trying to have a baby at 18, 19? What for?
That's dangerous as hell.
But see,
man.
but that's like Mac always said. If you take back the layers of that, then you're gonna find somebody's trauma.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
why
I believe
people tie down at young.
And that goes back to what I say with the whole doom thing. Like,
No,
man,
nigga.
no, just hit me out. But no, we're not.
I mean, push the button on that. You should have heard what it said. Nigga.
We don't want to deal with our childhood trauma. So all that shit just carries
You keep
into
building.
adulthood.
No doubt.
So when you got so many people suppressing it, alcohol, weed, crack, whatever. I mean, nowadays the pill game, boy.
Yeah.
It's a difference between popping and taking.
No, it is. I'm just saying.
For sure.
I got the sign coming out.
Those who are popping. Oh boy. I'm just saying that we're not dealing with our childhood trauma, and that goes into being well rounded, and as far as gravitating to adulthood, when you meet the opposite sex, how to treat her as a woman or a man or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta deal with that childhood trauma shit, man. That shit real.
That starts in the house.
Yeah,
But if you ain't never seen healthy relationships, it's a damn good chance you won't have one.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Love my mama to death, man, and she know this, man. And it's things that I picked up as a man. I picked up from my mother that I had to undo. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When you raised by just one parent, and that parent is a woman, you're gonna pick up some traits that, as you grow older, you have to undo. The way I look at the hood right now, because that's where we all from. A lot of them men out there is men who raised by women.
Right.
That's why they so fucking emotional. That's why they can't deal with conflict. You know what I mean? They crashing out. Motherfucker say, "Oh, motherfucker, gonna kill that nigga." Nigga say, you know what I mean?
They crave instant gratification.
You know what I mean?
For everything.
I was young.
I think so.
Indecisive.
Okay, prime example. When I was little,
indecisive.
Ooh,
if mom did something,
right there, boy.
you had, hey mom, you cooked a great dinner tonight.
Mama, you cook good.
you gotta give women that. They crave that.
Why is that? That's why you see,
I still say that shit. Nigga.
But they do.
I understand that.
Like I mean, I don't know why. But if your lady going out, or she put on clothes, she wants you to tell her she look good.
Right.
Yes.
You have to.
Right.
If not, woo.
You have to.
It's gonna be a nigga behind the door like,
you a man.
Up,
don't nobody gotta tell you that.
Right.
There's a lot of men walking out the house right now. My lady ain't even tell me I look good today. You bitch. We shouldn't say that, but that's
How many men want that?
She ain't say
they
she
do.
like my haircut.
But how many men want that? That knowing that their woman is looking at it, shit, pretty much they.
Baby, it's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them. But they unbalanced.
They are unbalanced.
A lot of men are unbalanced, and you can see them.
So you say, I'm gonna say, not to start no shit, but you trying to say that a lot of this shit is based on the woman's behavior? I believe so.
Yeah,
because
and I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it in a negative light. But women have taken the burden of raising the family by themselves.
Yes.
Right.
That's a job that should not be theirs on their own.
Right. You're absolutely
And the byproduct of that is unbalanced people.
Unbalanced boys.
And I'm not blaming women. No. So if you want to be honest, I blame men more than anything.
I blame men, and it goes back to the last podcast. I say I blame the men for not being there. I blame the men for not. I know we could talk about the system.
Okay. Not just not being there, but picking people that you can be with.
Yes.
That's
to
true.
have babies with.
Yes.
That's true.
Like a lot of times, and you see it. Mm-hmm. People will have a baby before you don't even like that person.
Right.
Okay. I wish we could do a study. Everybody that's 18, 19, got kids. You see yourself marrying that person? No.
Right.
Why the fuck would you have a baby with them?
Right.
Like in our community, we've went past like being married ain't a thing no more. Mm-hmm. But if you ain't gonna be with the person, why the fuck would you have a baby with them?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That boggles the mind.
That's sex, man. I think that more.
No,
it
that
goes beyond
with
sex. I think that's that childhood trauma.
D'Angelo,
It goes
you know men that protect their baby mama, that ain't with their baby mama, and don't want nobody else to be with them.
Yeah,
But you don't want to be with them either.
Right.
Or I ain't with her, but that's my baby mama. That don't mean shit.
Right.
So we
Yes.
That's dangerous.
But that baby,
I just had a conversation with a female
baby
friend of mine
mama,
over
baby
there.
daddy. We hold that as a badge of honor instead of
Why?
That's that hood mentality. That's that doom mentality. I like to say, because what's more important, a baby mama, baby daddy, or that's my wife. But we hold that as a badge of honor.
I wouldn't say we can hold it as a badge.
Yes, we do.
I wouldn't
Come
say
on, Angelo. Yes, we
so
do.
you say there's motherfuckers out here who get a kick out of calling a
Yes.
Yeah.
mom.
Wait, how you think that term's so big?
Yeah, that's my baby mama. That's my baby.
It's people that have made songs about that.
That's my baby dad.
Yes.
So, Fantasia made one.
So, Mac, when I talk about the childhood traumas and all this shit, not to go back as we stand on this topic as far as raising husbands and wives, we can't deny. We got to stop denying all these issues in our communities. That childhood trauma creates these fucked up ass kids who, oh yeah, that's my baby mom, that's my baby daddy.
Right. That shit don't matter.
You got 6 of them, man. And
It's
counting
nothing to glorify.
It is nothing
at all. That's what I meant. It's nothing to glorify.
And-
if somebody making that a badge of honor, that's retarded as shit.
Number one, we find beauty in the ugliest shit.
Yes,
In our community,
that's hood shit.
we find beauty in the work.
I keep saying a lot of doom shit, but
No,
Nigga, ain't
I'm
nothing
not saying
doing
it. I'm
that.
not saying it to say that. But we glorify the hood.
we do.
When we all lived in Winton Terrace,
We did.
we looked down on people that lived in well-to-do neighborhoods.
Right. Dumbass shit.
Them niggas from Mount Healthy, them niggas ain't shit. They soft.
Yeah.
And vice
We
versa.
looked
You know
down at
why?
them.
You know why though?
We fucked up.
Because it's hard to live in that environment. We call them soft because one, we want that.
True.
Two, we know how hard it is. Motherfucker, you ain't got no Christmas. When motherfuckers say they soft, that mean they catered to. At least that when I was said back then. Because I used to hang with my cousins when they lived in the burbs. Mm-hmm. And when every time some shit jump off, I call my cousin from Winton Terrace. I was always the cousin they wanted to call.
Yeah, because they know your ass.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's like, nigga, right? So that's probably why I won't call them soft because they was younger. You know what I mean? But they had it all.
But at the same time,
I didn't have shit.
At the same time, you said they would call you when there was some shit that happened. Oh yeah, I called my cousin from Winton Terrace.
Like it meant something.
That meant something.
Right.
People from Winton Terrace get their ass whooped too.
Yes, I know. I mean, fucking nigga, I used to tell nigga call to me. Nigga, I mean, like a fight. Nigga, put me in drama.
So it goes back to why is that? Like, now I know I've done it countless times. And then on top of that, like me going to different cities and me speaking on my city. Oh shit, y'all see what goes on in Cincinnati. Why? That's a
We
hood.
find beauty
That's a
in
backward
the
mentality.
hideous. We find that.
So-
we love the man that got a whole bunch of women.
Oh, I know I did.
No, it ain't just you.
Oh,
We love the fucked up thing. Women even gravitate to the man with a whole bunch of women.
yes.
Don't know woman want a man. Don't know another woman don't want.
Right.
They even gravitate to that. So we find beauty in the worst shit.
Right.
We entertain ourselves with our own demise.
Go and say it, man.
No,
We ain't
but
doing
you
it, nigga.
no,
You
we
don't
not
gotta say
going
that.
there.
Okay, you don't gotta
we
say that.
not.
We
ain't doing
we
that.
fuck, man. But
No, but that
it's
is
time.
the-
But listen to me. I
Go
think
ahead,
it's
go ahead.
time to have that conversation. We have to denounce that mentality. We have to.
True.
We have to say no. That is wrong.
We had to use what we got to get what we want. Quote Players Club.
No, we don't. Nah, we can't. We don't gotta do that no more.
No,
though.
no more. But back then, we had to use when niggas was back in the day when I was at Cape. Oh, in the 7th grade. You know how many fucking 11th and 12th graders respected me just because I lit on Dutch? Just because when they need to walk to the 4-way to get on the bus,
They
had
knew
to,
you. That
they
you
had
could
to
protect
walk.
them.
And I'm a 7th grader.
Yeah.
You was tall as hell too,
but,
man.
But I capitalized off that shit.
But at the same time,
I used what I got.
that
Get
block
what I
that you was hey, that Hebron block back in the day, that shit was dangerous.
That was a long walk, nigga. From Cape to the 4-way, and the 4-way was thick. You know the 4-way. That's where y'all was.
That shit was dangerous. Like it was times
That's why we
that
glorify
shit when
that shit.
going to Hebron wasn't safe for us, and we lived out there.
Right.
I'm from Holland. I wasn't allowed up on Hebron at late night.
Man.
Same thing. Y'all wasn't allowed down there.
Bruh, we moved from the bottom of the hill to Dutch. Like,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
You know what I mean? I remember pulling motherfucking blades on niggas. Like, they try to, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, but
at 11 years old.
same
But
time.
I say that to say, well, that's all we can use. When you in that mentality, you ain't got shit else. I ain't had no house. My cousin used to tease me, y'all ain't even got no car. We ain't had no car. But guess what? Nigga, I could fight.
with the rest of them.
Yeah, nigga, look, what's scrap?
That's your defense mechanism.
That's what I'm saying.
But okay.
But that didn't make you who you are.
No, I was a child. I
Yeah.
didn't know no better.
So it goes back to we got kids now.
Mm-hmm.
What you install in the court, you know, I love it. You know, the how you embrace them. I think you lead in love,
Yeah.
and that's something that I'm starting to learn.
Affectionate. Men could be affectionate
Yeah,
too.
no,
Yeah.
men
Should be.
Should be.
Yeah, I'm into
And that's
it.
what
I'm
I
very
am
into
learning
it.
now, more than ever.
Yeah.
Lead in love. So y'all two are my examples of how I see how you kiss, and not to say that I don't do that. I don't do it enough. But just say, Court growing up in Wind Terrace, but what you installed, what you know now, he can probably turn his back like, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Because what you fighting for is a false narrative. It's bullshit.
Really fighting to get out.
Yeah.
I think this. Like say you grow up in the hood, or you in a single parent relationship, growing up, single parent home. I think you just need like about 5 years to decompress all that bullshit. Cause I had a hood mentality till when we leave Wind Terrace. 22. I say about 27 I had a hood mentality. And after that I was able to think clearly and be like, man, that was some bullshit. If you don't get older and see the shit that happened in your past and start calling it what it is, you gonna be running from that shit your whole life. But you have to understand a lot of shit about your I ain't always been perfect. But it's some shit that I did that was wrong. And a lot of people don't come to that. A lot of people don't come to that. A lot of people stay perfect. Men and women.
Right.
Oh, but yeah, man, you know this relationship, bro, because she did this. Nah, what did you do?
Right.
Because for every reaction, there's an action.
Right.
Reaction, yes, sir.
You know, and people don't look at it like that.
But that's what I did, man. Through my divorce, man. Them years, man. Like I cried so much in 2017, nigga. You thought I had a tattoo, teardrops, nigga. Like crying like a bitch, like you know what I mean? Because everything was. But that
Why crying like a bitch, man?
Terminology.
We gotta stop using
Terminology, like you know what I mean. But
Use
to each his
expressing
own,
your
nigga.
feelings.
Yes, I boo-hoo, nigga.
Nah, he
You
cried
know
like
what I
a
mean?
bitch. Fuck what you talking about.
Right.
You try to clean it up. No,
Right.
don't clean it up. You cry like a
Right.
bitch.
But what I did was, I had to reflect on what part did I play in my divorce.
Yeah.
What part did I? Because I know I'm not perfect at all. Like I mean, never claimed to be it. But where did I go wrong at? So I won't repeat it again.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The reason why I pulled the trigger is the reason why I pulled the trigger. I'll leave it at that. But what did I do? I mean, or what didn't I do? Yeah, I mean, in my marriage, they got it to, the way it ended.
Yeah.
And this is why I tell people once again, take your time dating, because you gotta ask yourself.
You definitely do.
You can't go from one motherfucker thinking, oh, I'm perfect, and then go over here and then crash again, and go over here and crash again. Oh, motherfucker, it's you, nigga. Look in the mirror, bro.
Basically. And everything ends the same way it started.
Yes.
Right.
Like the shit that you look past in the beginning of the relationship, you gonna come back to like, man, this motherfucker been doing this forever.
Yeah. That shit.
You accepted it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
Don't get mad now.
You know
right.
that old saying that Jay said on that. He said, "Take your time when you're loving the guy. If you sense that your feelings is too," I say that to the kids. Like, the fuck you mean? I know that's what they want to say. I said, just take your time. A man is gonna expose his hand all the time. Just take your time.
It's gonna show itself.
Just
Like
take your time.
some fake shit.
Yeah.
It's like I said with my son, man. I told him, don't go move in with that girl. That's a bad choice.
Right.
Not saying that for whatever reason, it ain't nothing against her.
No,
Because I've never met the girl.
It's not about her.
It ain't about her. For him, man,
You know what he
get
needs.
yourself together first.
You know what he
like
needs.
you just leaving your mom's house. You know, whatever issues y'all got with y'all mom, you know, because it ain't all good. But don't go and be with some girl at 18. Like, man, yeah, that's the time when she's supposed to be learning herself and you supposed to be learning herself. Come to find out the girl live in some crack house or some shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. Don't move with her.
That's why she's running.
She trying to run away from some
Right.
shit.
She's trying to run away from some shit.
And then that shit gonna be right there at your doorstep.
Right.
No,
Her
sir.
trauma you gonna have to deal with.
And you ain't built for that.
right.
You don't want to deal with her shit.
Damn.
Vice versa. She shouldn't have to deal with
Right.
yours. So
Like, man, that
take your
ain't.
time.
You gotta learn yourself, man. I stress it, man. I stress it. I think that's the best thing I could ever done for myself. You know, I did live with a woman at 19 for about a year, but that woman taught me to get my own shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though I ain't want to move in. You know what I mean? You know, I say fuck it, you know. But at that year,
You get
Nah.
the keys and shit. Here you go. And I used to always wonder, like, why they so easy?
because you feel obligated. With these keys saying, nigga, bring your ass home. You got the key to come in,
Basically.
nigga.
And you know,
I tell
I'm
bitch
still
in a
staying
minute,
with
bitch, get your
mom.
key. I
Like,
got my own
okay.
keys.
And then
Let
you
me tie her
don't.
shit. Let me go over here.
Then you don't know how
Think
much
it's cool. It's
responsibility comes with those keys.
It's a lot. And I had to
Okay,
realize
you a
that.
key to her house.
Yeah, you a dependent. Come on,
Right,
nigga. You got a
yeah.
curfew.
Right.
Number one, you gotta fall into the box that
Yes.
she wants you to be in.
Yes.
And if you don't,
Get them keys back.
exactly.
And guess what? Pack your shit
Yeah.
and
Right.
call one of your partners.
And
Walk
honestly,
your ass down Queen
I
City.
think that's celebrated. The thought that, okay, I can control what this man do.
Oh, that is celebrated.
Man.
That's celebrated.
I'm a-
I think, and I
Let's
can't
touch on that
remember
shit,
who.
man.
I can't remember who said that originally when I heard it. That women want men that they can do that with.
They do. They
Yeah.
do.
Weak women do.
They,
Damaged
yes.
women do.
Damaged women do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a woman that's well put together. She don't want to be bothered with somebody that she can control.
No. No.
You know, controlling a person is not good. Same thing with a man. Men, well-to-do men, like women that they can control.
Yeah. That's why they go younger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, she need me.
Yeah.
You know, I pay all her bills, this and that. But
Yeah. I don't want
That's
motherfucker to need me
dangerous.
for shit.
I don't want you to need me.
That's a turnoff.
I don't
I want to do
be
some shit because I
needed.
want to do, and I see, oh, okay.
Right.
It's, when I do it, it's gonna be beautiful, motherfucker. Not because you.
You know what I'm saying? It can't be every day.
No.
Like, you need me to give you money to do your normal to and fro. What the hell you doing?
Man, I tell a nigga in a minute, when a bitch supports your habits, you
You in
lost.
some shit.
You when you can afford your own weed / liquor
Or whatever. Food,
whatever.
gas, anything that's essential.
Yeah,
if
I mean-
somebody else got to give you that,
man,
you might as well call a mom or dad.
or you got her car, and when you pick her up from work, when you pick her up from work, and she say, "You ain't put my gas back," right? And got
My
you feeling
gas.
all shitty. You like, yeah, you ain't got enough money to put no gas in my shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh, that-
I mean, but then like, man, the you have to be a well-standing individual first.
Got to.
Because people will use your faults or shortcomings against you.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I got a friend, man, and I talked to one of my friends, man, and she got to do. I call him a placeholder.
Damn.
Because kind of what he was. You know, I don't know what the dealio is now, but he's a placeholder from another motherfucker, right? But she, the other nigga, was a nigga that she couldn't control.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't control this nigga at all. Like, he do what the fuck he wanted to do, cheat, whatever. But when she got with this nigga, she was easier to control this nigga. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know this man is not even your speed. When you say you want a man, which we cool, I've been knowing her for 5 years now. She told me what she looked for in a man. This nigga don't exude none of that shit. But what he do exude, that he listens to her. She can chastise. I mean, one time she told this motherfucker, she stopped calling. He fucked up, whatever he did. And he got called, and she went a whole week without answering his phone calls.
Damn.
I done heard, oh yeah, listen to this niggas, you know. I'm like, and I said, I'm gonna tell you something. I said, I was talking back when I was in boyfriend-girlfriend with my ex-wife. We get into it. She at home at my house. I call her on a Monday. I said, if I don't hear from you by Friday, then I know what it is. And I hang up. I'm not about to call you every fucking day, baby. Answer the phone, baby. What you do? I apologize, baby. Come on, baby. No, bitch. You know I'm calling. I'm gonna call you Monday. You don't answer that motherfucking phone. I know what it is Friday. Because guess what? When I hang up, bitch, you don't know what I'm doing at home. You don't know what the fuck going on around these parts and the 4 walls where I pay rent at. Yeah. I'm not about to play that game with you. But see, the difference is that nigga laying on the couch. He ain't got shit. Right. Yeah. Never had his own at all. Never wrote a fucking check for rent. He don't know no better.
So you can control his everything.
She controls him. She controls him so much she don't want to be with him for real. But she got so much control, it works out in her favor.
That's dangerous too.
Yeah, but you know what? She's not growing, and it's a safety net. So
no.
Nothing's good coming out of that.
Yeah.
So I know I've been in those situations where, Byron, you got to wait a minute. Get the fuck out, and oh my god, I gotta go. Fuck that shit.
That ain't a good feeling, is it?
Oh hell no. Oh, get your shit with your broke ass. What?
DV, right? You gotta slap quarters out of her. Oh, because she disrespected you.
This motherfucker didn't do say this.
Hey man.
But that's what happened when you move on to bitch territory.
Yeah.
Now when you there, and she wants some dick, oh, she gonna cook for you and shit. Right. When now she come on that period, oh fuck, boy, get out of here. Get your dumb and call your brother, go get you, bitch. And then guess what? Their rent due again. Hey baby. I done seen niggas get played like that so fucking much, man.
But then you allowed yourself to be played.
Right. Cause you don't know no better. Get your own shit, I guarantee. 98% of the disrespectful shit come out her mouth, it'll never leave her tongue. It'll never leave it. Me and my ex used to get into it. Did that bitch told me to get out of her house once? Never heard it. Cause she know, bitch, I'm going home anyway. Like, I'm gonna get in my car. My furniture look better than yours, bitch. I ain't got roaches or nothing. Come on now. Don't play with me, man. I'm out of here, B. Like,
use a challenge.
And guess what? And if my car were working, I would go catch the 16 right out in front of me. I'm going home.
Straight up.
God damn it. Nothing like home, baby. I'm trying to tell you.
Nothing like home.
But, you know, I just think everybody, man, you know, I just think are we raising kids to be spouses? I
think with you, even though Court y'all were married at the time, so he knows the mother and the father. You, so you did raise a well-rounded child. You raising well-rounded children now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have that balance. I think, you know, if they just take their time to learn themselves as an adult,
yeah,
they'll be all right.
I think so. But I mean, on the grand scheme, hell no, we ain't.
No.
Because I mean, most of the homes that these kids are coming from are fucked up.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, you see it. Don't you do virtual school with Lil Byron sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Don't you see some of the homes that these other kids are growing up in?
Yes, I do.
They fucked up.
That's crazy. I ain't experienced that new way.
Oh, they fucked up.
It's deep like that. I can see it on the news and shit.
Man, okay. Amari's in the 4th grade. Sometimes the kids don't even come to school.
Yeah.
Damn, they fall through the cracks like that.
Oh man, this.
Sometimes they don't even come to school.
Man, that's
like, I mean, if you got bad school habits in the 4th grade,
yeah.
Imagine when you're older and you're expected to do shit.
Right.
You hit.
That's why remote learning is. They expect you to do this shit. If you don't have no supervision, you're not.
But you know what's sad though about that online shit now? It's like, what about the babies, man, who look forward to leaving that domestic, toxic house? Not saying it's domestic, I just threw that out there. But a fucked up environment. And they look for the day to go to school. They took that from them.
Oh, they'll get it back. It's coming back.
But no, I'm saying before it's coming back, I'm talking about the ones who's slipping through the gaps.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about the ones who got parents at home and go log in. I'm looking at you cross. I'm talking about the ones who mamas don't give a fuck.
It's a lot of kids. Okay, Tristan is in kindergarten. It's a lot of them kids that's fucked up.
Man, that's what I'm saying, man.
Like, I mean,
they exposed.
They tested them. Tristan reads on the 2nd grade level. A lot of them kids don't even read on the grade level they own. They've been working on the same sight words for 6 months. They still don't got it.
Right.
That's bad.
I mean, they home all fucked up.
And I mean, you gotta, if you ever want to see how the adult turns out, you gotta start at their home. And like I said, for the most part, we're not raising good husbands or wives and none of that. We're not even raising good people.
We're not.
A lot of times, these are just some shitty people. It's some grown motherfuckers that you work with, that you see on a daily basis, that I come in contact with on a daily basis, that are just not very good human beings.
Yeah, that's across the board on all races.
Like all races. Like you see them, like damn. Like okay, like the shit with George Floyd. You sat on that man's neck for 8 minutes,
chilling with your hand in your pocket,
and that goes beyond being a cop. That goes beyond being white. That goes beyond everything. You just a shitty human being. Now, whether the courts let you go, whether somebody tells you were wrong, you know you can't do that. Like a lot of shit you just know you can't do. And a lot of times people just do shit in relationships, in life, just in general. We do shit we just know we can't do. Too much adults do shit that we can't do. Like you can't do that to that man. He has to do something to you.
Yeah.
Like it's just wild, man.
Yeah,
it's just wild, man. Like we in a not black, not white. We just in a bad spot as far as human beings go.
That's true.
We in a bad. You be like,
agree.
God damn,
Yeah,
you would do that?
Yeah, it's a lot of shit in the game.
You know what? It's funny. When Byron was doing he was doing a remote learning class, and there was a child, a little white kid, saying he was nigga this, nigga that. I said, man, you setting that baby up for failure. You setting them up to dislike my son for no reason. When you put them in the same room, they don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
I said, man, across the board, human beings with fuck.
Who said nigga?
Little boy. He was on remote learning. We was doing remote learning. And the little guy saying, oh, you heard about the story? It was a nigga story. Said,
what's a nigga story?
It was something that he said. And I remember the teacher, oh, you can't say that. But I was cooking Byron something. I said, did I hear what I just heard? Did I just hear this story? Right? So we definitely not teaching. We not even teaching. We fucked as the human race, as
a society. And I don't know if it's like that in every other country, but in the United States, we in a bad spot. We really are. Just from a humanity standpoint.
Yeah, we got issues like a
motherfucker. Hey man, I was just looking at this. I think over there in Syria. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's some wild shit going on over there.
As far as the if they think you're gay, they cutting you, they throwing you off buildings and shit. Well, so we talk about just here. I think the world's sick. We fucked.
Back said.
You know what they be on over there? they not playing. All right. If I live in a land, and not to laugh, not to look at it like that, because I have no disrespect for the LGBTQ community.
Never disrespect.
I'm saying it's like, okay, if you live in a land and you know how they react to homosexuality, you might want to leave that card in your hand or get the fuck out of there. Because they throwing motherfuckers off buildings.
Don't let America hype you.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Play your card when it's time.
Yeah, hey man, you might want to come over here with that shit. You protected over here. They toss motherfuckers out. Oh, you gay? Damn.
That's harsh.
That's a little bit extreme, but I mean, hey, that's the way of the land.
But so we say, man, it's safe to say that we not raising kids to be spouses. Which I don't think we should anyway, because it's not mandatory for motherfuckers to get married.
No,
it's not an obligation. It's not a guarantee.
No.
And you not being married don't have anything against you,
right?
And I mean, it's such a negative connotation for women.
Oh yeah,
you ain't married yet.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy.
Especially
it's no pressure put on men to be married.
No,
but it's pressure put on women
because you know what? It kind of. I mean, you know, I'm thinking before I talk. I assume the reason it's hard on women because it's almost like nobody wanted to marry you or nobody like, so it's like, bitch, what's wrong with you?
Okay, that's fucked up. Because go here. How could you be married without a man willing to marry you? How can a woman, okay, in a traditional relationship, now, you know, these days you can pretty much marry whatever you want. You want to marry a goat, they'll find a way to let you. But how do you put pressure on women to be married, but men are allowed to do pretty much whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as they want?
But you know what, that goes back to what you were saying, how men are always wrong and women is always right. That shit's like a give and take. Well.
When a man gets married, oh yeah, she finally made you settle down.
Right.
When a woman get married, oh, about damn time.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So in our psyche, men are allowed to do whatever they want until they get married. Then you're wrong.
You're wrong.
This is some fucked up shit.
So you're not wrong if you
until
boyfriend, girlfriend still in there.
No, because I mean, you just sowing your royal oats.
Motherfucker, leave your ass tomorrow night and be gone, bitch. See?
But yeah, man, it's never no pressure put on men to marry nobody. You go to the family, get together. No, it ain't. No, it's not. None.
Okay, but think about this.
I never heard any guy like, damn, I'm 40 and I never seen it.
No, man. I'm gonna ask you a question. Let's say you and your wife, y'all rocking. You go to a family event or a wedding. Y'all just going to enjoy the festivities. Mm-hmm. Motherfucker never came to you like, so B, when you gonna pop the question?
I have.
Hey Mac, when you gonna pop the question?
But that's a rule in my mind. Like, don't take a single woman to a wedding.
Yeah, but shit, she still might want to go.
Don't do it.
So you just tell that bitch we ain't going because I ain't about to marry
don't do
your ass
it.
No time. Well, you know why go? You gonna be mad anyway.
Don't do it.
Done that, and I didn't even know that I was pissing my wife to be off. I said, I'm supporting my guy.
You thought you was.
That's what you thought.
Nah, nigga, hey, no. You was auditioning, nigga. When you dressed up as a bride, as a groom, and you was auditioning.
I remember.
I didn't know it then, but he pulled me to the side like, B, you know she mad. I said, I don't care.
Because it ain't what it's about. About you today, baby. I'm here for you.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
That's real shit. Yeah.
But at the same time, pressure was on.
Tough
pressure
cookies.
was on.
Sorry.
Pressure was on.
Tough cookies.
Pressure.
But
pressure
was on.
I tell any man that's with a woman, if your partner get married, don't take your single woman. You better be ready. Hey, priest, we got one more. You better pull that.
But hey, knowing not people that we know, this
don't do it.
The pressure's on a lot of people's necks.
It is.
But you feel it too when you in the wrist. But before I got married, man, I used to take over. We used to motherfuckers get married all left and right. And every time I went, and everybody say, "Yeah, all the single men get up and come catch the."
They catch your dumb ass. And you got a girlfriend.
But you gotta get up because she not married. But you ain't trying to catch shit. You in the back, like, bitch, don't throw that motherfucker.
Hey,
I'm whoop your ass, throw that bitch over here, nigga. Like,
that shit get real.
Yeah, though.
It get real.
Right. That's the women. They be fighting for that motherfucking thing, boy.
But that's that teaching, man.
That's the pressure buster.
Yeah, that's that teaching, man. I mean, goddamn. First of all, you might not even be marriage material,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why you with her?
See, that's the thing.
No, why you with her?
No, but that goes back to you asking these questions. What do you want with a person?
No. If y'all cool enough to go to a wedding, y'all together.
So that's true. Hold on. So you saying if you cool enough to go to a wedding, that mean you cool? She cool enough to be married. She cool enough for you to.
No. Okay, in my mind, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. Okay, if you felt good enough that say you wasn't married.
But you
no.
go to a wedding.
No,
you're not gonna say, "Oh, you can't go."
No, you're not gonna say that. But at the same time, you with her. That's your lady.
That's your lady.
So you basically
at the time
saying,
y'all was living together.
Yes.
You jumped all kind of motherfucking steps. You went past. You at the top of the you at the upper room, motherfucker.
So Byron basically treating her like it was
like they didn't live together. Byron, you was tripping.
Hold on, your mother's saying when you go to the grocery store, when you get in here, don't be touching shit. Like,
B, you was way out of bounds. You was out of bounds.
Why?
You was out of bounds. You, sir, were in a relationship with a woman. Y'all live together. Mm-hmm. You know in the back of her mind, she wants to marry you.
That's the next step. Should be.
She ain't hearing that shit.
No,
this is the part that this is how I say we do shit ass backwards. A lot of times we'll be living together and we'll have a baby. And then we'll be like, well, I don't know if she marriage material.
No,
same thing with me.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I had to have those conversations again about, like, we had talks, but then to realize, like, damn, wait a minute. Me and my wife and I, we both like, goddamn, wait a minute. We done this backwards. Let's have this conversation.
Ass backwards.
So let me ask you a question then.
That is true.
So let me ask you a question then. When I think Foot's right.
Yeah.
When he got married, was you and your wife at the time together before he married the woman he married?
They was together before he even met the woman he married.
Yeah.
So you took her to a wedding,
tripping,
where your partner met a woman and did what she wanted to be done.
That's true.
In a timely manner.
Yeah.
Was he tripping?
How am I tripping?
I was tripping.
No.
Well,
I know you don't.
He should have known that it was drama.
He should have knew it was gonna be some. Okay, I ain't gonna say you was tripping. I'm not gonna say that. Wrong terminology.
He should have known that it was.
I'm sorry. You should have knew what kind of shit was coming after that.
Yeah, he should have known that.
B.
I didn't care.
Byron, listen to me. The thing, okay, not caring and not knowing are two different things.
They are two different things. I didn't care about both.
Okay. Well, you get what you get at that point.
I did, and because what I wanted, I wanted the same thing, but we was working towards that. But
no. At the same time, this is why I tell young people. I tell young people, do not take a single woman to a wedding. Don't do it. That's like taking me to a shoe store and not letting me buy no shoes.
It was no way.
You know goddamn well I like shoes.
There was no way that I was going to go.
And not take Victoria?
And not take Victoria.
But you know what, though?
There was no way.
I think they should take. Because, one, it should strike a conversation. Two, it would let him know, is she even marriage material? Like you can't be wanting to get married when you know you ain't ready, baby. Now,
But
we got
D'Angelo-
issues. We got to work through this first.
gotta
But
work.
D'Angelo, okay, let me put you here. If y'all together and you feel like she need to change some shit before you marry her, you better tell her that before y'all go to that goddamn wedding. Don't go in there.
I just
You know
don't
what,
look.
though?
I don't look at
Hey,
it like
surprise. Sometimes it works best because she motherfucker come at me like, babe, I'm ready to get married. Bitch, you ain't
I-
ready, bitch.
Bruh,
Is she doing what she doing? Like, no.
But you know what, man? You know what? Maybe I'm oblivious or I just don't care.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't. I just
You don't
really
give a
don't.
fuck.
I
You don't
don't
give a fuck.
because I'm there. I'm there for a reason.
No, I feel you. Yeah, that's not about her today.
But
Yeah,
the thing, okay, you there for a reason, but you have to, everything you do, people are watching.
I don't care. People are watching, but
No.
back
B,
to,
B, yes, you do. Don't
No, I
lie.
don't.
B.
I
Now
do.
you're not being
I'm
truthful.
gonna ask you a question if you don't care, B. How long after that wedding did you propose?
But to see that
That year.
No, answer that question.
That year.
How long?
You're damn lying. It was that year.
No, but you gotta understand. I was already
Thinking about it.
thinking about it before Foots even told me that what he was going to do. So it was
So how
already
long?
there.
How long was that though?
I don't. When did he get married?
A couple months.
He got married in 2010. I got married in 2012.
Okay. But
So
I
you
think 10, you proposed, right?
No,
11?
11. No, we got married in 5 months
After you proposed.
after I proposed.
But at the same time,
I was already thinking about it way before.
So what happened? So what? So you were thinking about it. Why didn't you do that? Was it? Did she do something like, nah, fuck that, I'm pulling it back? Like,
you
Or did
can't
she-
do that.
I did it. I'm gonna tell you, that's some funny shit though. I'm gonna tell you some funny shit right now. My ex, even though she proposed to me, she didn't propose to me to the fact, not to sound make it sound cool or nothing. She didn't, but she proposed to me because she knew that I would have said yeah. And the reason she proposed to me is because she once told me that she never wanted to get married. So she figuring, well,
Okay.
he's not going to ask because I told
said
him.
that.
But what she
Yeah.
didn't know was I was going to do it anyway. But it was times where I was about to do it and she do some fuckery. I was like, I ain't doing that shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I did that shit at least 6 times. Like,
Your ass. You
fuck
dang.
that. Fuck that. Hey, bash your life till I die, baby. Fuck that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
But I mean,
But, you know, it just, you was going to do it. You did it. The fact that you did it.
Right.
respect that. But you
Yeah.
had to know that was going to cause that.
Pressure was on, baby.
I really did.
I was married.
I
You
did.
was
I
married.
did.
And the fucked
Matt
up
got
thing,
married.
I remember when you came back and you told me, well,
I told
had
you,
talked
I said, man, she was
I,
mad.
I had talked to him, and he said, yeah, man, she was upset, this and that. And I'm like, well, I can kind of understand that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand it. Now, for you, you still got that oblivious look in your eyes right now,
Still
like,
don't.
fuck
You
it.
still don't
But
give
it go-
a fuck.
okay,
Exactly.
It goes back to the whole conversation as far as women not being accountable for things, and what that is. I was there to support my guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
You're
If
sure.
he didn't say, hey, if he didn't want me to come, we'd have never went.
Right.
So to look at it in the reality, because women have a fantasy, that's not on me.
But at
No,
the
it's
same
not. I
time,
agree.
but if you in a relationship,
Don't
you
matter.
have to. Yes, you be.
Don't
Yes,
matter.
it do.
I
That's
agree.
your
Don't matter.
goddamn problem. You have to look at things that you and her do and see how she reacts to it.
But you know what? Then it's like this. Then you in a relationship. Your wife seeing your buddies doing this, and she coming to, hey, why are you not doing that? And you like, because that's not me. You see what I'm saying? Like, why are you bringing
Accept
this
me
to me?
for who I am.
Accept me for who I am. Because
how-
okay, you in a we in a relationship. So you opening the door. Say I'm opening the doors. You don't open doors. You don't open doors. I'm seeing your friends do it. So what? You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're
The
saying.
Trying to
reality-
throw it back in the water. She
Yeah, the,
speak
the,
that
the
language.
reality is you living in a fantasy. Everybody's not gonna do that.
You're right.
So how can you get mad at me? Because I bring you. I didn't want you. I didn't want to invite you.
I mean, no real shit.
Because I'm.
Yeah, I mean,
the truth.
for me, I try to steer clear of shit that I know would be a problem for her.
How long was y'all together though? before. How long was y'all together when Foots got married?
I'm just, I don't know.
He got married in what, 10? You got with Vic probably like what, 06, 07? Because I was living in Hawaiian Village.
I started talking to him. We start 05.
05, yeah, okay, yeah.
Brent was
yeah.
born in 07.
Okay, 05.
So here we are in 2010.
5 years down the line.
You at his wedding. It's a problem. Okay.
Could be a problem.
Now the last episode we recorded, you made a statement that 5 years is a little too long.
That was that
And
nigga.
when the hell
that nigga?
When the hell that said that?
The illest nigga in Nebraska. Look
When
at
the hell that said
was
that?
that nigga.
But then he does it. I don't care what everybody else
Nigga
do.
knocked me, didn't he? Did he
Exactly.
knock
When
the
did
shit
I?
out of me?
What,
Oh, nigga,
what
watch
did
the
I say?
video.
We
nigga.
talked
Watch
about
the goddamn tape.
how long you with people. That was the last episode.
That was the last.
Okay.
Go back and watch it, nigga.
We talked about that,
And,
right?
And what was it?
It was basically, how long is it before you get married? Right? Then we had a discussion. You remember now. It's vivid to you.
That.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember.
Oh, you're oblivious.
You chewed my head off. Oh, you tripping. You tripping 5
You
years.
did.
You tripping.
You did say that. But you did that. And then you
Well, we was
sit
talking about
and
dating,
then,
though.
and then you
Versus
sit
marriage.
here.
So you can't knock me then.
But dating
5 years is
doing what-
long.
B,
Nah,
at the
nigga.
end of the day, you was tripping. I don't give a damn what you say. You was tripping.
I'm on your ass.
No,
B.
I'm not.
You was tripping. And the fucked up thing, you was tripping. You said you put another. Okay, so you weren't talking about you last week. You was talking about everybody else.
Yeah, you talking about me. He changed
Nah, that's
shit
fucked up.
Yeah.
And see,
I don't
again,
like how these guys trying to come for me right now.
I'm just saying you did this.
Go back
you,
and watch the tape. So
you
put the
cannot
goddamn
be.
line.
Nah.
Now I know we had that conversation.
B at Check Your Temp
But
podcast,
what
you
did I
can't
say?
be hypocritical.
No.
You, sir.
Yes. We call you on your shit.
No, what? Okay, I remember talking about it.
No, he said, now this is the stance he took. Let's go back. He said, as long as y'all together and there's an understanding, you could be together as long as there's an understanding.
Yes.
That's the stance he took.
Yes.
You and I both said
Yes.
he was tripping.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you. Point that
You,
out.
Mac, yeah.
sir,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I
You
both
from
said,
Gorn Hill, man. Come on, man.
Nah, nigga. Yeah, it's all with the
Oh,
we
yeah.
both said,
4, 5, 2.
Okay, I did say that.
we both said
Nah,
he
3-2.
was tripping. Yeah, it was 3-2. Don't do us like
I
that.
know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You said that, but then, you did what you. Not saying we're not even gonna say you were wrong. I said you was tripping. You allowed to feel however you feel, and then you said you was allowed to be oblivious or just not give a fuck. Even though this last time we recorded an episode, you went hard at that man
Yes, he did.
for saying the same shit you said.
Yes, he did.
No, not even the same
Nah, I
shit
ain't
you
saying the
said.
same shit.
It's the same shit you did.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So now let's go
Preach.
back. Now let's go back. She had a right to be upset.
Look at that nigga face.
She had a right to be upset. You was with her 5 years.
was a
You
nigga.
lived together. Y'all paid bills together. Y'all had a child together.
Yes.
And
Play
you
house.
took her to
Play
a
house, yeah.
wedding. And then at that point, for her, she couldn't see the prospects of when she was getting married herself. You was dead motherfucking wrong.
You right.
You would have.
Thank you.
No. Mac,
Oh, don't
and
worry.
these two guys.
God damn it, wrong button.
These two guys.
You was dead wrong.
And yeah, looking back, yeah.
And that goes back to the original statement. A lot of times, I don't know where that shit came from.
Right.
We jump way past the stage we supposed to be and do some shit we wasn't supposed to do.
Right.
Not saying you wrong, because I did the same shit.
You right.
I just had one child with my wife when we got married.
Right.
But we was tripping.
We was tripping.
Thinking back, we lived together. We lived together off the top. We lived together within the first year.
Right.
We didn't have babies. We paid bills together. What the fuck?
No.
And then you can't be all that far in and be like, well, damn, man, there's some things I just don't like about her. There's some shit she don't like about you.
That's absolutely correct. No, you're right.
But I mean,
That's why I believe
this
in
is
taking your
why I
time.
say
Take your time.
Take your time.
If it take 5 years, it take 5 years. As long as y'all apart from each other home, you're not sharing the same roof. If you're over here in your shit and her shit, y'all is two men and women coming together to enjoy each other's time. Right. That's all y'all.
No, you absolutely.
I mean, because I can't even blame you. The only good thing that I could say for me that I didn't cause any friction in my relationship when we wasn't married, I didn't take her ass to no weddings.
Right.
And fuck the thing. It was whatever happened between us. That's why I wasn't at their wedding. Right. Because I would have been there too. Right. And I'd have been in the same shit you would have been in.
He's smart.
Looking stupid.
Like, nah, we ain't ready for that. We can't go to this one. We gonna sit this one out.
No. The fucked up thing, like we had a falling out or whatever the fuck the case may be. I was acting stupid.
Yeah.
But
you came to the reception.
I didn't go to Foot's reception.
But you came to mine.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying we had an issue with Foot's wedding.
Who?
Me and him.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I wasn't there.
Now we talking about mine, motherfucker.
But yours, that was a money thing with you.
Yeah.
That was a money thing. I couldn't make the. Well, no.
Because I said, man, Mac, I'm getting married, blah, blah, blah.
And I respected that. I was supposed to come. It was a financial issue getting down to Florida. Right. But it wasn't no way in hell I was gonna miss the reception. But she didn't go to the reception.
Right.
Where the fuck was that? Why ain't go to the reception?
You was there.
D'Angelo was there.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah. Might have been drunk.
I had the.
Might have been drunk.
Yeah.
Might have been drunk.
Might have been drunk.
Was I by myself?
No.
Oh, bro, old girl with me that night.
You did.
I remember that.
And then he made me in the crew. I'm the sneaker guy.
Right.
He called me. Hey, yeah, Mac. You know we're gonna have this reception. You better not wear no sneakers. He basically gave me an ultimatum.
Damn, nigga couldn't wear no sneakers, nigga.
No. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all trying to have an upscale event?
Right.
I went and got all kind of different shit.
Yeah.
I get there, his goddamn brother got on sneakers.
Yeah, he went and told me he's the code. Yeah.
Yeah, you know Ken gonna wear the fuck.
Ken don't give a fuck.
He gonna wear, nigga. Look, I'm here, nigga.
Nah, because I got on his ass about it.
But yeah, at the same time though, like
I said, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I did. I had a conversation with him.
Same time though.
Yeah.
You with a girl 5 years, y'all live together, y'all pay bills together, y'all got a kid.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't turn around and tell her she's not marriage material.
That's
gonna
you're right. And
that's gonna cause a problem.
You absolutely right. Now I was wrong.
But I mean, and then and then you can't be in what looks to be a marriage, and then you scared to marry that girl. You in some shit at that point.
You are,
and she's gonna put that pressure on you.
You went too deep, like a
boy. We both did. Cause like at the same time, like shit, I think I was together with my lady for longer than Foots was together with it. And don't think for a minute she wasn't throwing her little shots. Right. And at the end of the day, she was right.
Right.
She was right.
Because you playing
husband and wife.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, don't play that game if then you will see. Oh yeah, well man, she don't really be washing the dishes at 6:30. You know, I be wanting my dishes washed at 6:25. Like man, shut the fuck up. Right. Marry that girl and shut up. Right. But I mean, if she good enough to have a baby with, marry that girl.
And that's that backwards thinking now that I'm older. And I gotta warn my daughters. I gotta warn my sons. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one day, hopefully they can consider themselves, well balanced. Like that will be a bad move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For my daughters, because they the oldest. I'm not about to have no baby with no man. Let me take my time. Let me get my education. Let me get my business. Right. Yeah, let me get this together.
Well, you don't need a motherfucker. Yeah. You there because you want to be there.
So
exactly.
You gotta be there.
Hopefully, my son he will do the same thing. Let me do this. Let me build my transmission towers, and yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
But that's where did that mentality come from?
It come from the hood,
right? So we have to reckon.
So is it survival?
It is.
Is it you getting with a motherfucker that help you? You see this like, well, you know what? We look better doing because some people got this concept, and we look better doing this together than apart. It'd be easier if I got somebody chopping these bills. And have. Yeah. So do they jump in prematurely?
They jump in prematurely.
A lot of times, yes.
They jump in prematurely because it goes back to what we were just saying. You might realize like this ain't the person. And you just going half on the bill.
A lot of destructive behavior.
Yeah.
But guess what? It could be destructive, or it could be you learning what you willing to do with and you ain't. As long as you ain't got no babies involved.
Yeah.
You ain't got no babies involved.
Yeah.
If let's say right now, I get into a relationship. You know what I mean? I move in with a motherfucker, and a year hit, and I'm like, this ain't what it cracked up to be.
Roll out.
All right, baby. Because guess what? She's not. I'm not here because I need her, or vice versa. I'm here because I want to be here. She's not leaving me fucked up. I'm not leaving her fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
We just two motherfuckers that realize, you know what? I think we might have been better off. You know,
Just friends.
just friends, or just got our own shit.
And that happens too.
It's an understanding. No ill will feelings, no beef, no nothing. But if you involved and you get that baby come in there,
But you know what there's a certain maturity level that comes with that when you realize that okay, we ain't create no babies, we can go our separate ways without no
hard feelings,
no hard feelings, no
disrespect.
trauma. I didn't cause nothing to you, you didn't cause nothing to me. Your maturity level has to be there,
nigga. 42
For
years,
sure.
nigga.
For sure.
42 years and the nigga been married, nigga. I'm telling you, I learned a lot about my motherfucking self. My maturity, I feel that my maturity level. My last incident, man, when my son bumped heads. I told him the other day. I said that was the last time I lost my cool. It would never happen again because I didn't like that. Me and my son bumped heads. That ate at me like. But then that was the last emotional part of me that had to come undone. Because my response to that, I didn't like. And I'm like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, justifiable or non-justifiable, I could have handled that better.
Yeah.
right?
I could have did that better. And when I did that, and I learned that was the last pill I took. That was my last dose. And I'm like, you know what, from here on out, I think before I talk. I let a motherfucker say what they got to say. I know how to shut the fuck up. I know how to dissect the motherfucker. And if I need understanding, I ask the motherfucker, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And that lets me know. And if you repeat it, that means you meant it. So now my response is $100,000.
Yeah.
And what come out my mouth ain't gonna come. It's not gonna be followed by no apologies. Cause I mean what the fuck I say, and I say what I mean. I know how to think before I talk, man. So you know, I just think that just come with time.
Right.
A lot of motherfuckers think they there, and they talk that good shit.
They not.
If you still getting in arguments, if you still disrespecting your man or your woman,
You ain't ready.
you still bitch, hoe, slut, fuck you, I'll leave your ass, motherfucker, fuck you, bitch. And you 50?
You even 30.
30? Yes.
That's a
you
problem.
30. It's a big
I would say
issue.
25.
Yes, because you should know what's up.
Because maturity, shit.
I mean, I know
You either know it or you don't. I mean, you're going to grow some more,
yeah,
but
maturity don't come with age, but you shouldn't be goddamn. Come on, man. I would say 30, because goddamn, you should have learned some shit in your 20s.
yeah.
You learned enough to the point, like, unless you just, and you know, hurt people, man.
Hurt
You know what I
people
mean?
hurt people.
You know,
That's
so
the truth.
for people who just out there just throwing back ill will, fucking adjectives to each other, they don't mean, then that's an issue.
Yeah, I can't get
That's
that.
a big issue. So, you know, are we raising our babies to be spouses? No. Are we raising our babies to be balanced? We should be. Because a balanced motherfucker can walk into a motherfucking marriage or a relationship level-headed.
No.
You know what I mean? But if that ain't the case, I don't think, I didn't raise my son to be no husband. I raised my son to be a man.
And after that, he can become whatever he wants
That's
after
on
that.
him after that.
Everything after that.
It's
If
on
he
him.
want to go get married and
It's
have a
on
happy,
him.
fruitful relationship, he can do that.
Take my ill wills. All I did was, I was an open book.
Yeah.
Open motherfucking book. Good, bad, the ugly. Like, he's seen it all. He was there. He was the first one I told I was leaving. He was there when I filed for the papers. You know what I mean? He was there. She saw me boo-hoo and cry and helped me decide my decisions. And, you know what I mean? He saw me. He went from watching his daddy 10 years as a bachelor to being my best man at the age of 11 to walking in that fucking courthouse in that lawyer's office applying for my motherfucking divorce.
Yeah.
He saw the whole fucking channel. And I told him, nigga, this is what it looked like. You pull from the shit what you want to pull from it.
Yeah.
Can't say I ain't tell you and I ain't show you.
And he pulled it good. You know, he can recognize the bad. So,
You know.
in that situation, you know, when he saw the good and the bad, hopefully, when he meets a woman, he can recognize the bad and not deal with it, but knows what it takes to make a relationship or a marriage work.
Yeah. Because I damn sure didn't know. I lost some motherfuckers, man. Crazy, nigga. That nigga nuts. But like I say, man, you know, we better get out of here, man. We've been chopping it up for a good solid 2 hours.
Yeah, that went quick, boy.
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
Shit went quick.
That shit fly.
Always.
God damn.
You know what I mean? But once again, man, this is Check Your Temp podcast. Let me go ahead and get my... Y'all ain't got anything y'all want to say, man? Y'all want to get up out of here?
Oh, no, we good.
I got one. Support black businesses.
Indeed.
One errand at a time. Vicky's Healthy Delight.
Indeed.
365 Sickle Cell Foundation.
Indeed. Let me see. What y'all listening to right here is my partner Vic Hayes.
Yeah, I got some bad habits, I admit
Bad
it.
habits.
I need to get my shit together, need to quit it. I get sick and tired of the way I'm living. But shit,
It's
I
Check
like
Your
just
Temp
what I like, ain't
podcast.
nothing different.
And on this platform,
I like to roll up a
we
blunt.
will check the core
I like
temperature
very
of
much.
the
I like to
community
pour up a drink.
through discussion and
I like to fuck with your
questions.
girl.
Some of our topics and comments will make you mad, piss you off, or make you cry.
Yeah, I got some bad
But we always aim to educate and motivate.
some bad habits.
So like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, I got some bad
Check Your Temp podcast. Let's
Yeah, I
go.
got some bad habits, I admit it. I got a lot of shit going on, but the weed is loud and my drink is strong. I don't got a single worry in the world. I be ashing my blood while I'm thrashing your girl. I don't give a fuck no more. Taking a shot, more smoke. Gotta be at work in the morning. I'ma fuck around, don't show. I'ma spend all my dough on the foreign. At the top down real low. All my friends tell me calm down, I ignore it. Keep my business on the low. They call my phone like, Nick, I think you need to take a seat. Don't you say a word, now let me preach. Chill on smoking, chill with other drinks. Roll up a blunt, I buy his every month. I like to pour up a drink, wanna feel more than a budget. I like to fuck with your girl, she said my name when she come. I should be saving my funds, but I like